Hello, good evening, good evening. It's Monday night. It's been pissing down in Scotland. That's the weather update for you. I've had a very manic, I would say the best way to explain it's manic, puffy eyes. I must have had about 16 meltdowns today. That's why I'm so cryy looking, and I've put the hair up in the hairband because I can't be bothered putting the wig in. But do you know what? Maybe Cerys might be in a better reframe than minding me. So let's bring in Cerys Nelmes.
No, mate, I'm in the same frame of mind. Dog shit day. I'll try and cheer you up.
Well, guys, I'm going to tell the Scottish audience this wee bit of my story, but then I will interpret it for everybody else, including you, Cerys. All right. So the day, guys, what happened was I was going to actually tan the school windies. I'd had enough of the headmaster. I was actually going to go up and go, what the fuck are you all about? You're doing my not absolutely in. I'm hanging out my own arse and I don't know what to do with myself. So what that computed to anybody else that doesn't understand that, I was a bit upset about my headmaster's message. I thought he was talking to me like a child and said that I could do better. After having a lengthy discussion with the headmaster, that it resulted in me going something like, I'm just a failure. Then we sorted things out and the kids are reading books and starting to do a little bit of schoolwork and I feel a bit better now.
Bless you. I said this is the one thing out of all this shit that I'm glad I haven't got a kid that's school age, because Cal, when he was school age, it was hard enough to get him to do his fucking homework. To try and homeschool him, it's just you're taking on a role that you don't need to be taking on at this fucking moment in time, because there's so much shit going on anyway. Your kids are out of sorts because they don't know what the fuck's going on, and then you're not only mum, but you're then having to be teacher as well. I used to have so many arguments with Cal about doing his homework. I couldn't even imagine what state we would be in now if I had to try and sit down and homeschool him as well.
Well, half the time, Cruz, when I used to do homework, the girls have been absolutely fine. My daughter's actually starting a degree in August or September to become a primary teacher. My oldest is fine. My 12-year-old who's nearly 12, she just does her work. She goes on it. Cruz is just like, I don't know where he gets it from, right? But he's just like, I don't want to do that, and I'm not fucking doing it, and that's it. And nobody is, and he said to me, what's Mr. Hopkins going to do? It's knows if he can come to the door, social distancing.
Exactly. They know exactly what's going on. So there's nothing you can do or say. So you end up having more arguments at home when you don't need to, because I just couldn't do it.
See, to be honest, the teacher actually was, but when I spoke to him, I obviously said, listen, I know, again, what I say with the Facebook stuff, I know you're trying to get at the people that are being very foolish, doing nothing, and just totally not engaging with their kids, and kids are not getting stimulated at all. But who you are targeting is the parents that are not downloading the worksheets, but they are playing Family Trivial Pursuit, they are reading with their children, and they are doing their own sort of curriculum in the best way they can. But they're not downloading worksheets. But he did explain, he said, listen, their well-being's more important. They put out this video that was about Lucy having a blue day, and it was all the teachers reading a wee bit, and I was like, but school's alright, absolutely. So
they're still thinking about
what day teachers wankles all day. And there's more guilt, you know what I mean? Could you not put Lucy out at the beginning of the month?
See, my problem would be is that if I was given the task to homeschool a kid, I'm not that intelligent, so I can imagine I'd do more harm than good. So I would probably do the same, like read books, watch sort of documentaries and things like that, and do sort of the fun side of it. If I had to teach anybody maths, they're going to fail their maths. It's what I'm saying. I mean, but thinking back to that day when you were at school and you're doing all your percentages and your fractions and your pi, how many times have you used that in your adult life?
That pi equals square, Pythagoras theorem, that thesis that you learnt, I can't actually remember ever fucking using it once.
No.
So what is it for architects or something? Do you know what I mean? Something random like that.
Fair enough. If you want to do science and fucking be a maths whatever, do it. But do we all need to know it? Because I could have learned more shit of stuff that I needed to know rather than the stuff that I didn't.
Exactly. And the other thing I will say, just hope you are well, ladies. Well, I'm one, and I also get stopped with the police. I said in Ronnie's show, right? You know how Scotland still, as we call it, dubbed up, which means we're not allowed out, Cerys. We're dubbed up in the house.
Okay.
So we're not allowed out, you know what I mean? And I get stopped, and I actually just had a mental breakdown. And basically, before I knew it, I was telling the policeman that I was going to the nearest bridge, and they could try and stop me, but it would be more in his interest if he just let me go to that bridge, because I had to get out. And before I knew it, I was sitting on the grass 2 meters away from a police officer while he gave me a half-an-hour counselling session.
Oh, me! Wow. That's. I mean, he's taking on more fucking work than he needs to at the moment. I mean,
I'm just glad he wasn't that bra. He could have had more problems. He wasn't that good looking, so.
Oh, I mean, we're allowed everywhere now. Well, I was just reading the news thing about this woman that had gone down to fucking Dorset. She said, it's lovely to get out, but I'm shocked at how many other people are here. And you're like, you drove an hour and a half to get there, and you're shocked that other people have done the same as you absolute dickhead. There's just people on the beach. We're still not really going out. I mean, we've got a back garden. We're fine. I don't need to go to a nearby beach or a picnic area. But it's definitely, people are definitely getting out and about around here. I was
massively struggling today. I actually ended up phoning a counsellor that I hang with, and do you know what it was dead funny what she said to me, right? She said, look, this is probably not official, and probably the police or no one has ever said this, but if I was a police officer making those rules, I would just say they're for the imbeciles. They're for the people that really cannot actually just do something sensible. So there's such strict rules that there'll be even the goodest of people will be breaking them just a little, but if you give no rules, they'll be travelling to Dorset.
Yeah, well, exactly. There's what was it? Manchester. Somebody travelled from Manchester to North Wales. 3 households to go to Anglesey today. You're like, what you doing? What? Why?
I know I'm stuck, but I spoke to a guy. This will make you laugh today, right? Because it brings up all the history and why Scotland and England people can't actually get on. It's not real. They don't actually like each other, all that rubbish, right? So I was speaking to a guy, right? This was the strangest conversation ever. And they went, do you know what, hen? Do you know what, hen? William Wallace would be turning in his grave. And I was waiting for the guy to laugh. Do you know, I'm thinking, this guy's having it, you know, and he's like, I mean, freedom, we really can't be shouting that now, can we? They've got out before us. And to top it all off, Celtic's won. Hearts has been relegated. I'm just like, fucking hell, really?
There's so much shit going on that you need to know about. Yeah, I'm not sure about the going out. Like you said, I go out shopping once a week. Every time we go out, there's some prick. Well, you just bump into them. Not literally bump into them, because they are just not adhering to the 2 meters. Yeah. And you're like, there's people out there that really don't give a fuck about what is going on, and that's the people that you need to worry about. It's not us going out with masks on and gloves and they're adhering to the rules. It's the people that are out there that don't give a fuck. That's the ones that are going to make us ill.
It's like, I mean, obviously, when you know the drug culture, and I don't mean it's just down to there's people that drinking themselves in hot tubs and having parties, right? But it's people that write things about people, and I'm just thinking, shut up! I know for a fact that you are snorting lines of cocaine off toilets. Don't tell me you're not putting yourself at risk. There's no way you have stopped that. Yet you're shouting about your pal going and seeing her granny. You know what I mean? You're going and seeing a gram. There's so much danger in both.
When do you think you'll be allowed? You'll be
like, when will you get into it, Nicola? Nicola, head, come on. I'm finding our way here, Nicola. I know there's a big bad virus, Nicola, but we're on the edge now.
I did read that she's sort of getting a plan in process that.
You know what? I mean, I never hide. I mean, I've always said it's nothing to do with political now. I've looked at even things that she's done, and I'm like, wow, she has been human-centred. You can put as many spins on it as you like, or she's scared, or she's not get clout, or she's going against him. But to me, she's just went, this is what's happening.
Yeah.
I'm not going to wear this label and not fight for me to have my rights and my saying what's happening for what's here. Having it.
Would you want to be in that position, like Boris, Nicola, to make the decisions that they've had to make because people can slag him off all they want. But I wouldn't want to have to make that decision.
It's like,
I'm having a stroke.
I know, it's like my uncle sitting on the couch, right, that's about 90 staying, right? You know, said uncle's no longer here, so I can slag him, right? But he was sitting about 90 staying, and it's the same thing as football when he sits there, come on, I'd have been up there in 2 seconds. I mean, ref, come on. I mean, I'd have eyes in the back of my head. I would know what I was doing. Shut up. You've never even walked to the fridge, man. He brings you your dinner. How would you know to kick a ball?
Yeah,
it's the same thing. And I think obviously each decision's always going to have a knock-on effect. But I don't know if you've seen that the court guy on the tell, and he was saying we've always had risk in life and all the rest of it. And I said, mate, that's good for statistically when you're at the end of your life, you know what I mean? But it's not really, I don't know what the right decision is. Don't get me wrong, I'm going stir crazy now. I'm really, really affected. I feel as if I'm in a constant blooming. Forgive my ignorance, I am a newbie, so you two aren't twins. Absolutely not. Not even related. I don't think my dad was down that way.
My dad might have been up your way. I don't know whether you've heard, we because the lockdown has been relaxed a little bit down here, we've taken to decapitating bodies, burning them, put them in suitcases and trying to bury them in the Forest of Dean. So that's how we're spending our time. You hear that? 2 people were caught in Gloucestershire, which is where I live, a couple of days ago with 2 suitcases with body parts in. Why am I laughing? That's not funny. See, this is what lockdown do to me.
No, it's nerves. It's nerves. It's making me laugh, because I'd laugh and think that is so ridiculous. And my God, you just don't expect it. I'm not saying that serial killers take a day off for COVID-19. I'm sure they don't. You know what I mean? It's pandemic, man. Call after that. I've ordered a few machetes for China. Could you reroute them through Mexico? I'll take a couple of weeks off. I'm sure that's never happened. But suitcases, it's a bit like. It's like River City, the inconsistency. This is one thing that still bugs me. River City, they murdered the guy and they put him in a big, massive blue massive bin, and it's Glasgow, and they wheeled that said bin to this other point in the street. Right, well, it's the same thing. Suitcases, where are you gone, mate? Nobody can go on holiday. What have you got in them?
They drove from Birmingham to Gloucestershire, which is about an hour. And then they opened these suitcases and found a torso, went to the house in Birmingham, and they said it was like a scene from an abattoir. So we haven't heard any more than that at the moment.
I'm still on the point of, I know a lot of criminals, right? they've been good to me, you know. I've got a lot of good friends that have danced on the other side of the lodge, you know, and not in my nail. They're obviously not environmental killers, because they would have thought, what would you take a body and put it in a suitcase for? You're not allowed to stay with even your pals. You're not allowed to go on overnight to your aunties. Why have you got a suitcase, mate? You've gave yourself right away. Not that I wanted you to get away with it anyway, but just thinking logically.
Yeah, you'd have waited for at least for the travel thing to be relaxed, or put it in a bin bag maybe and just put it in a local bin. I don't know why.
It would make more sense if you put it in a big hangman or put it in a hot tub. Everybody's kicking about with a hot tub. Everybody's taking a hot tub home. If you put it in a hot tub bag, nobody would have gave a shit. Nobody would have cared.
No, hot tub soup. Sorry about that.
What the fuck does stay alert actually means? It says smoke crack. It's probably in the bed that way. It says stay alert, but there's a wee meme thing up in Scotland. I don't know. It was obviously probably been shared in your way as well, but and it's Boris, and it's staying alert. They're all dancing. He's like some of the words. It's hilarious.
I haven't seen it, but yeah, that sounds as ridiculous as it could be for us down here. So another thing with comedy gigs, my friend put out a post today on his fan page to see if by September time, sort of a little bit of a poll, how many punters would be happy going back to watch live comedy in a club. 90% said no, which is an absolute fucking kick in the stomach for comedians.
My fans would go because they drink bleach for breakfast when they've run out of alcohol.
See,
I think they'll be all right there.
These southern bastards need to toughen up a little bit.
Aye,
when
my
asked,
Scottish fans like, I'll fucking go for it. I'll die fucking happy. Fuck that shit. I
well,
can hear them.
that's it. You've got to put, this is going to be the next thing, isn't it? Where you've got to think now, how much stuff are you going to stop doing? And then we're not moving forward, are we? What do we, where's the line? Where?
Well, I'm booked by an English promoter for October for Glasgow charity ball for a restricted, regulated COVID-19 charity ball. Me and 2 other comedians are booked.
Do you reckon it'll happen?
I don't know, but they've booked me.
This is the thing, isn't it? We don't know. That's the thing. Like we can't even put a date on stuff because
what, you know what I keep saying, because obviously I'm speaking to you and I'm having the same worries, but you know what I keep saying? It's just like everything else. I've worked too hard at this work one way or other. Do you know what I mean? Whether I managed to master stand up online and a lot of folk, but you know what? See, when you're not getting, everybody says stand up doesn't work online, right? But it will when there's none on stage for too long.
Exactly, it has to.
Well, that's the thing. That's what you need to hold on to, and that's how you need to look into making it not look so crazy on your internet and really working with your streams and knowing what you're doing, what we're doing. We can just keep putting my head, as my mum says, head down, arse up, and just keep going. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. That's it. There's nothing else you can do at this moment in time because it's all fucked. It's all fucked.
I'm a wee bit, I go between 2 types. I go between fuck it, just let me out there and fucking run at me, COVID-19. Do you know what I mean? That's the kind of the attitude I've kind of got, because I was always taught to take anything head on, right? But at the same time as well, obviously there's sensibility within me, you know what I mean? There's masses of people not here anymore. But at the same time as well, I says, if you go out and hiding, I mean, somebody shared something the other day there, and it was like a boy hugging his mum through this plastic sheet with arrows. And everybody was like, wow, I burst out crying. I'd rather not be here. I'm being serious. I'd rather not endure that for the rest of my life just to exist, because that's what it is.
I had a bad day yesterday, and I just asked, mum was there, and I was like, Mum, I just need a hug. And she just stood up and we just hugged for about 5 minutes. And I'm like, and then can you imagine doing that through a plastic bit of tarpaulin and big. What's the point?
But as it's getting, I think everybody in Scotland is starting to, even the people that really believe in it, are starting to crack. You know, the mental health is shooting up. You know, I was on my parent, I obviously went absolutely, as we say up in Scotland, bozoot tonto, in other words, off my head, and basically threatened to put my Wayne school windies in, you know what I mean, and kind of things like that, out loud in a comedy sense, but kind of meaning it a wee bit, and then going through that Russian roulette, but then speaking to the other mothers and things like, see my pal Anne, my pal Anne is a machine, Cerys, right? And she just, I'm falling apart. I can't even do one worksheet a day, right? And she's just got this whole folders, right? Science stage 3 and math stage 3. And she's an amazing person. I can't even berate her, and I want to be, but I can't.
Yeah.
Because she's amazing.
This is the thing with me. I'm literally doing fuck all. Day in, day out. I've got no kids to homeschool. I go out and do shopping once a week with mum. Mum does all the fucking washing up in the house. I cook a little bit. I'm doing nothing, and my mental health is going to shit. Now I have owned. So how many weeks are we now? Was it 56 days? So however many weeks that is.
Yeah.
I have only started trying to exercise in this last sort of 7 days. Right. Yesterday I didn't do it, and by God, I was in the worst mood all day. But yesterday I just could not talk myself into doing it. I got back on it today, but I'm like, I've nothing else to do. Why can I not commit to 30 minutes of exercise in the house? I don't have to go out or anything like that. 30 minutes of exercise where I could be really working on my health, my fitness, my mental health, and yet I still can't pull my finger out my ass.
because that's what we've done. I mean, the last couple of days, I was going out every day and I was exercising and the weather was good and I was out there. It's rained the last 2 days. I've been on the treadmill once, and I think it just comes down to, at first we're like, right, this needs to be done. We have the power. It's like a mini war for us because we've never had anything like this. We've never been told we have to do what we're told, and we were allowed to have medical exemptions for anything in life, to be fair. You know what I mean? But this doesn't come with a medical exemption. And when you do have these things, most people in comedy are battling some demons. That's why they came to comedy. Ironically, really, when you lay yourself bare to even more stuff. But that's why we do it. But I was saying today, I'm just like, I think we've just got right, what is going to happen with us? Because if it's not going anywhere, if we to hide every year in our house, what is the plan?
Meditation, yeah. I need to see even that. Look, I know I should be doing stuff like that, and yet I just can't. I said when I went out for that walk 2 weeks ago now, it took me an hour to coax myself out of the house. Now I've probably got an issue with stuff like that anyway. Like on a normal sort of week.
Me too.
The only time I leave the house is to go food shopping or to go to a gig. The rest of the time I'm in the house. I'm probably in my pajamas, very, very sort of depressed kind of state.
You're not twins.
I know we must be. But with this exercise thing, I'm like, it's the one thing I can do. I'm up at 6 with the dogs. By 6:30, it will be done. And then some mornings I can just get up and go, I can't be bothered. And yesterday was one of it. And I was and it's kind of like had a domino effect on today as well. Even though I got up and did the exercise this morning, today I've just been. If I could count how many sighs I do a day, I think I'd be in shock because I just hear myself all day long going.
I know this sounds crazy, and this is probably, obviously it makes it lighter as well, right? But I know how depressed I am because I don't even want to masturbate anymore. It's got that bad.
Yeah, I've gone past that years ago.
I know you went past that years ago, but actually
that's how depressed I am.
Actually,
this is what I'm saying is, Dee, this is your future. Unlucky. Oh shit! Oh bollocks! But my workout that I did this morning was a drum and bass workout. There's a company called Fight Club that they're based in London. But occasionally they'd bring a workshop morning over to Bristol, and we'd go, and it's just punching and exercising to drum and bass. What more do you want to do at 6 o'clock in the morning? That it really gets me going. I love, forget your burpees and your. I mean, I like Joe Wicks and stuff like that, but there's nothing better than a bit of drum and bass. You doing up down, knee, punch.
I totally respect Joe Wicks and what he does. He's a phenomenal man and he does a really good job, and I can tell that he does his passion from the heart. But unfortunately, his voice to me is like nails down blackboard. And that's why when people say that about me, I'm like, that's okay, because everybody has that. Everybody has something, the sound of somebody's voice, you just want to choke them. You know what I mean? I do totally respect what he does because he's a good person, but I can't cope with voice.
And that he started from scratch, and he literally started from scratch. Exactly. Dee's like, oh, I haven't seen one of these. I need to do one of these. Hang on then. So Joe Wick.
You need to tune in. The guys are loving it. So basically, but you know what? I've actually done one. I've actually done a wee set that I'm going to do. And one of my friends who's a personal trainer, I've been speaking to him and he says, let's go live and do one. But because I'm still struggling with my weight, I'm a wee bit still unconfident. But he said, let's just do this and do it in bits and pieces and burpees and all that. It'll be great fun.
That's it. And because people like to see real people. I prefer to see an exercise video with somebody that's got bits than somebody that's got
I've got bits, babe.
Huh?
I've got bits, babe.
Exactly. I mean, I'm a big fan of Gillian Michaels, but she's ripped to fuck, and that would watch that.
I've got friends that are bodybuilders. I mean, there's a girl that that's locally, same background as me, fought all her life, really took for the ashes out, Lynn Greenleys, and she's a PT locally. She does online. She does like do you know that what's called Fat Burn Extreme, and she just does it and she honestly amazing woman, and she's ripped to looks fantastic. She works hard for it, but she's done her degree in science, so I can appreciate that. And I do also, there's a girl actually in my inbox that's offered, she's a boxer, and she's offered to train me as well in this distance. So everybody wants me to do it, do you know what I mean? But I think it's just, I was meant to actually be part of, can't even remember the name of it because I always call it Ninja Warrior, and it's no Ninja Warrior. It's a Scottish thing where you go and you learn MMA and you 5 months intense training, and you're training every single day, and then you fight somebody at the end of it, which is good for me because the last time I fought somebody I get lifted, so I don't really tend to do that anymore. You know, so
you mean is that arrested? Is that arrested?
You get lifted and you're in the cells dubbed up. Means you get lifted and get kept in all night.
Nice. See, I used to do taekwondo, and I probably missed that, but then that's more of a self-defense than thing. I did Joe Wicks. I signed up to Joe Wicks's 90-day plan about 4 years ago. So you have to pay, I think it's about 100 quid or whatever, and you get like a itemized meal plan, exercise plan, etc. And you get one of his support staff that messages you, or you can ring and stuff. And me and my support person just clashed. From the word go, just clashed. Every email she sent me, it just sounded really pissy, and I'm like, yeah, and I'm like, oh my god, why are you speaking about this? And every question I asked her, she'd come back with this really fucking nasty answer or something, and I'm like, I can't deal with it. I've paid for this plan. I can't deal with it if you're going to be all up in my fucking face, like telling me off and telling them, I mean, I'm doing shit wrong. So
honestly, I remember when I went with a trainer who was a bodybuilder, right? Thank you, darling. Yeah, I went with, and he was a friend, right? And he was giving me a plan, right? And emotional, women are emotional. That's why obviously I speak highly of Lynn Greenleys, and there's other trainers out there that are amazing too, but that's just one of my friends, so it's really good because she knows the women's psyche as well. A lot of guys do as well. But he turned around and says to me, now at this time, I was still majorly fat, and he's put me on a reduced bodybuilding diet. Basically, I had lost weight fast, but it was too strict for somebody that ate the way I'd ate before. There was no, this is your plan, do it, you fat bastard, and that's it. That was more. And I phoned him one day and I was like, listen, I don't really like protein pancakes, can I change it, because it's giving me the bulk in the morning, so what's the point? And he went like, Rocky ate 8 eggs and 1 slice of bread. Sylvester Stallone when he was training to be Rocky. I says, well, I'm no one to fight fucking Drago. I'm just one to fit into a size 16 dress, mate.
I'm not getting paid thousands and hundreds of thousands of pounds to be in a film. If you want to pay me that, I would up my game and maybe be more committed.
I mean, muscle food have totally challenged my brain and have helped me, and I couldn't thank the plan enough. But when I was like, I'm paying for you just to basically abuse me on my inbox and make me want to eat a pizza and then say it's my fault in the morning and it's really yours.
Well, get this. So Joe Wicks reduced his plan recently to 50 quid. I'm pretty sure I paid 150 for mine back in the day. So 50 quid, and I couldn't eat. Couldn't even afford 50 quid, right? He had 13,000 people sign up. So he made, I think it was 1.3 million in the space of that 24 hours or 48 hours or whatever it was. So I messaged him and I was like, all right, mate, can I have it for free? Because I can't afford it. And I'm going to see what he says back. Because I'm thinking, not me. If somebody's just made 1.3 million off of not really doing much more than he already is doing, can somebody just give me a break?
See, the human bit in me is going, the business bit in me is going, You know what I mean? You're one of Ways and Women Day. That reminds me, all this graphics, we're trying to get jingles and everything for this show. We're trying to make a wee bit of money. We're on our arse. We can't go to the stage. People are booking us. We don't know if we're ever performing again. So could you just press the button and give a fiver? Anyway, that's out the roads. But please donate. Please give even the smallest amounts. I think the smallest you can do. I don't even think there is a limit. Is it 50 pence? I can't remember. But just anything you can. You would pay to come. You would normally be paying between £15 and £25 a ticket to come travel and see me. Some of you have travelled for Ireland to come and see me. Some Australia actually once. So £1 or £2, and we can build up, and then we can go back to the stage and we can celebrate through our masks.
This is what we're saying about money and stuff. So I've got this is the only options open. So universal credit we've got at the moment, and the self-employed grant came out. I got £93 in total. That's it. And then yesterday I had universal credit on the phone saying, how much did you get? Because we're going to take that off the £400 universal credit that we're paying you. And I'm like, wow. He's like, are you applying for jobs? I said, yes, I applied to be a 999 call handler. I used to be a firefighter. I used to work in retail management for 20 years, yada, yada, yada. What the fuck am I supposed to do? And then this seems to be going on. And I look at all this stuff online, and you see all these celebrities on Instagram doing their stories when companies are just sending them free shit after free shit after free shit. So the people that can afford, no, this is it. The people that can afford don't have to. And the people that can't afford
have to.
Do you know what I mean? This is what fucks me off. I did have, now I will say this is going a bit personal now. We're talking about debts and stuff. I've got a credit card debt from years ago when I was with my son's dad, right? It's about £5,000. I haven't managed to pay any of it off for the last, God knows how many years, 5 years. Not even a pound. They won't even let me pay a pound because when they work out all the ins and outs of all my bills, etc., I haven't got any excess income. So I have them ringing me every 2, 3, 4 weeks, bombarding me with emails. I pick up the phone. I know I'm going to have a fucking 10-minute conversation about them going, oh, but how much are you going to pay today? Well, I can't pay, and that's why you're ringing me. Well, have you spoke to our debt company? Well, yeah, your debt company says to work out a plan, but then when I come back to you with the plan, you say I can't pay it because I haven't got enough money coming in. Oh, well, no, well, no, just talk to the get. I'm literally going around in circles with these people, and it's just adding, like, I said to this bloke, I think it was a few days ago, I was like, mate, I mean, I'm in a worse situation now than I have been for the last few years. So where I could have offered you £1 a month or whatever else, and you wouldn't accept it anyway, I can't do, oh, well, we accept the pain. We will accept the pain. I said, but no, you're not listening to me now. I'm in an even worse situation than what I was. I cannot afford that pain now. And I said, and every month I'm having this fucking same conversation with you about I've got this debt, I can't pay it. Talk to these debt people. They're going to say you can't pay it. Again.
Can you take it off you for that debt? Can they come with bailiffs and shit?
No.
Fuck them.
Not that I know of. No.
Just do it, my granddad. Just put the envelope in your mind. Put the envelope in your drawer and go, fuck that. There's nothing I can do about it. Stay there. Don't talk to me.
Yay!
That's why we don't have bailiffs. We just stick the nut in them and go, fuck off and stop talking shit. You're not getting my tail in. I'm not paying it either. You know what I mean? So, all joking aside, what the fuck can you do about it? Absolutely nothing. So, fuck them off and tell them to be taking keys, piece. I'm stressed out a bit enough.
Yeah. I mean, if you take the thing is as well, isn't it? You're chasing the wrong people. Like, and in this time, you're like, where are you ringing me from? Oh, I'm working from home. Yeah, you're working from home because this shit is going on. So even more reason to be lenient with people. And like I said, when you're watching stuff online and you're like, fuck me, people just get given stuff left, right, and centre, and then it's just people at home that are just struggling constantly, fucking barely affording to go out to the supermarket and get food. And then there's fucking big Gemma Collins who's fucking worth £6 million fucking pounds getting sent fucking biscuit batter through the post, for fuck's sake.
What?
Yes!
Fucking biscuit batter? What fuck?
Chocolates! Cookie batter!
What, free stuff and she's just taking it?
Yes! You should have seen her Easter eggs.
But we start getting worse than that so people can look at me. It's part of my job. How man are getting biscuit? What the fuck's she getting biscuit? And how she's worth as much as that? I'm doing something wrong.
This exactly. Have you seen this new one where have you seen the eyebrow thing, the new eyebrows?
No.
You've not seen it?
No, what is it?
It's like I can't remember what to call it. Laminated, is it, or something? So
no. Whoa. I went into work once and my wee pal Ash Bash. I was having a really bad day. I hadn't slept, and I walked in, and her and Rachel standing there with these jaggy fucking motherfuckers. I went, "The fuck is that? Brush your eyebrows." Look, they're more. It was the girls I worked with, and they were just standing there like. I like them, and it was out of order what I said. I had to go and apologise next day at work, but I was so offended with how ridiculous they looked.
Yeah. So there's this company called Pink Honey, literally sending all the celebrities this stuff for free. So it looks like a honey pot, and you get like a mascara spool, those things. So you twist it in the honey pot, and then you just brush up. So you're literally just sticking your eyebrows up with honey, and that is the look. And it's the most ridiculous.
If anybody's watching that's selling these, I don't fucking want them, not even for free. Okay?
So, of course, they're sold out.
They're
Because
fucking
they've given all the celebrities. Huh? Given all the celebrities to endorse it.
Who's also sold it? The crack dealers, clearly. They're sold it as well. They're going to crystal meth because the crack's gone. It's gone.
Oh dear. I like it. I am a sucker. I am a sucker for an endorsed celebrity item. I mean, I'm an owner of a NutriBullet, and I had that coconut pull-in shit for me teeth, and Boom Bod fucking weight loss fucking juices and shit like that.
Stop.
I do it all. I get sucked in by it all. Well, not anymore.
Somebody offered me, I think Kerry Katona and Gemma Collins did skinny jabs, but it was a company that was similar to it in Scotland, right? And like, would you commission skinny jabs? I says, mate, see before I get fat, see before I'm out with a guy that's like with everybody except me, and all they were staying with me, and I get really fat. See before that, mate, I worked in a gym, right? I studied nutrition and I studied the body, and I might be a fat chick, but I'm not an ignorant one. So shove your fucking skinny jabs up your skinny arse.
I was just say, Kerry Katona made me 200 quid once. I bumped into her in Manchester, and in a shop, and you remember Heat magazine used to do spotted in Manchester. So I was like, hi Kerry, I'm really skint. Can I take a photo of you unawares so I can send it to Heat magazine so I can make 200 quid? And she's like, yeah. So she picks up like a pot and pan and is pretending to look at this pot and pan, and I just take a photo of her to send it in and got 200 quid.
Amazing. That's what I like about her, right, as well. She's dead down to earth. You know what I mean? I've got friends of her. I don't know her personally. I wouldn't even say I knew her personally, but I do know people that do know her, and they say that she's an amazing person. Do you know what I mean? So that would be amazing. And the fact that she let you do that, that just shows you. People come up to me and ask for a picture, and they're not even getting paid for it. And sometimes I want to say no.
Fuck her!
Honestly, I feel terrible. I used to
Try to build a fan base by D Maxwell. Fuck her!
You run up my ribs, get to fuck, you'll not get a picture, and then they just go, haha, you're hilarious, Steve.
Oh,
but most of the time I'm really good, but there is days I've said before, right? I remember this one fan said before, see if I've got my headphones in, right, and I'm out, I don't even want to talk to my mother, right? I barely talk to my children. And this fan came up to me, right, and just pulled my earphone and went, I just thought I'd do that to see what you did. So I was like, fucking, really? And I honestly looked at it like that. I'm like, fuck this shit, man. I'm getting back to working in pools. Fuck this pish. You know what I mean? She's like, oh, and it took me ages to pull it back. And I had to actually say to her, look, I really can't hide it when I'm in a bad mood or no. And I understand that you pay to come to gigs, but don't ever fucking take my earphone at my ear again.
See, I'm the opposite. I'm a right absolute grumpy cunt behind closed doors. But literally, when I go to a gig, I'm like, hi! Oh, hello! What? You want me to sit on your table and chat to you and your family for half an hour? Okay, let's do that.
It takes all your energy, it does, because you're doing that whole stage thing. And don't get me wrong, I've had guys, I remember a guy messaging me in Frankie and Benny's, and I just like in the vinegar, and they went, are you in, to my fan page, are you in Frankie and Benny's in Bray Heat? And I messaged back, no.
No, I fucking am not.
Fucking no.
I was going to say, I did a cruise ship once, right? Before I was fired. Yeah, long story. So I'm on. To be fair, it was a cruise around the Caribbean. So I was like, worst case scenario, I'm cruising the Caribbean. So I was on there for a week, and because of my attitude with work and situations like that, by the time I got off, I was exhausted. I literally, the only time I was on my own was when I was asleep. The moment I stepped out of my cabin, Cerys, come and sit with us for breakfast. I'd rather not. Come and sit with us. Okay, great. Let's all have breakfast together. And I'd go and try and hide somewhere on the sun deck. Like in my little bikini
so and I do fucking love them. I do, and it's dead funny because of the sketches I do. The girls are coming up to me, and my pals are going, "If only they knew you sat and drank green tea and read Shakespeare." You know what I mean? They'll be going like, "Oh, Demon, party at my gaff," and I'm thinking, guys, I'm going to be in my fucking bed in the next 15 minutes. I'm exhausted. The big, and I miss it, Cerys, the big adrenaline, fucking your excitement, the buzz, the pre-nerves, everything straight on the show, bam. But I don't like saying hello when I've got my earphones in. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no. The cruise, the worst thing for the cruise thing was when I was in a bikini and I'm hidden in the middle, I'm hidden away. There was hardly anybody else out. I'm hidden in a corner, and then some man just comes and sits on the corner of your sunbed and just starts chatting to you, and I'm like, I just don't want it like that. Can I just have some time on my own? Do I need to stay in my cabin to have my fucking time on my own? Because I can't be fucking doing with this. But yeah, I will. I'm not a nasty person, and I'll. Oh, look at that!
I use Nails Yardley. It's like the rose balm stuff. I use it every day. I've always had good skin anyway. My mum's got good skin as well.
But if you're not as posh as D, I use Aldi rose oil. So there we go. So you can either do the expensive one or the bargain basement one. Both rose products.
I really do spend. I would spend £70 on a body moisturiser, and I wouldn't spend more than £30 on a pair of trainers.
See, yeah, so I'm the opposite. So if you get those magazine articles where it's like all your makeup you use, and mine would be like fucking Rimmel, since I've been using like the same stuff I've been using since 1994 at secondary school. A mascara would be like a pound mascara from Primark. My lips still be like Nivea, fucking Vaseline's right here next to me. And I'd be anything. If I read those magazine articles, if there's anything that they're talking about that's over a tenner, no, I don't even look at it. I can't even look at it.
I don't have a lot of makeup. I don't tend to wear it. I very rarely wear it. So I don't actually, but I do have a lot of body balms, salts. I like soap rubs. I've got natural salts. I love Lush. That's my guilty pleasure. Lush spas. That's my idea. I would go and spend £400 in a log cabin in a night, but I wouldn't go and spend £100 in a night out. Do you know what I mean? It's just like I do have expensive taste. I use Elmis for my body, and I use Nail Yardley for my face, and I use Botanics for my hair.
Head and Shoulders, Aldi, nothing.
Oh, it's doing wonders for my hair, look.
Oh yes, I can see. Yeah, I didn't look too bad with a bit of Head and Shoulders in. Head and Shoulders.
Chewbacca with permanent PMT, you know what I mean? Chewbacca on the Ritalin, you know. My friend said I have resting bitch face. Excuse me, I have 4 kids and a job. No resting going on here at all. It's just a bitch face.
Exactly, Melanie. Exactly. That's all I got at the moment.
I love that. Nobody's resting here, mate. We're all manic. You know, in some team, you too. Thanks, Pamela. We're just hanging on, talking real stuff. Both God. Thank you. It must be that. But, you know, both get things out. And the same day, cheap makeup, expensive moisturiser. As I said, do you know what it was? Oh, you do Elmis as well. We're Elmis buddies. Oh, there you go. Another Posh user in the house. But my work, where I work, the Glade Hotel Country Spa, you know what I mean, which won't be opening anytime soon because I'm sure there'll be a long time before they're allowed to massage anyone. But anyway, that side of things. But I worked in the reception. It's Elmis and Ishka. they use, and I'm just so used to it, and I love both of them. And the thing is, I'm now running out, and I get a good reduction on it because I work in the hotel, and now I'm not getting that reduction. So my next moisturiser might cost me £100.
Oh shit! I just use Nivea, £3 a pop kind of shit going on. I honestly, sometimes though, because I have to obviously put my makeup on sometimes in the green room, and if you're sat in there with a lot of women that do a lot of work on their faces and whatever, I'm so embarrassed of my makeup bag, and I fucking shouldn't be. It's just what I use. It's what I use a tinted moisturizer. I'm not at the moment because I've got a suntan. Tinted moisturizer, a powder just to take the shine off, fucking cheap mascara, and a little bit of blusher, and that is it. And then I've never done this bloody. What's it called?
I've had it done to me. I've had it done to me a couple of times. I've had makeup artists for big charity balls, and it's been part of the fee. But I've never went out my way to do it for me. However, I mean, if you love that thing, that's what you want to do back then. But I've got the Lee Evans syndrome on stage.
You got what?
The Lee Evans syndrome on stage.
Sweaty.
Sweat like a motherfucker. It's horrible. I actually hate it. And then fans want to cuddle me after it, and I'm just like a ball of sweat, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I will be Lee Evans, one of my friends can't watch him because of that. And I just think,
I remember one time watching him on stage, and it was just dripping off his suit jacket, just literally like a tap off his suit jacket.
And mine is not as bad as him, but it's at 10 minutes before I go on stage, and see by the time I come off, and I thought it was actually my weight, but see towards the end there, it was still the same. So I knew it was just that type of nerves. That's how I was manifesting my nerves.
It's adrenaline, lights, the atmosphere, the room you're in, everything. And like you said, you do come off stage, and people do go to hug you, and they're like, I'm a bit clappy. And they're like, it doesn't matter. And then they hug you, and they're like, oh. And you're like, I fucking told you not to touch me.
I know it is. It's that things. I was struggling, but I've started writing some sketches, and I'm talking to a couple of my friends, and we're going to do an online kind of sketch and stuff like that, and do things like that. And I'm just writing, and I'm just thinking, right, there's nothing else for it. I just got to get my head down. I'm getting a wee bit fed up with the Facebook politicians, doctors, scientists, and nurses that I never knew were these people.
Yeah,
you know, exactly. So they're starting to annoy me. You know what I mean?
Ask Facebook, innit? That's where all the information is.
Well, see, the thing is, as well, I used to be a lifeguard, and there was an older lifeguard, right? And I used to say, see, if I was one of those children, I would fucking want to choke her, right? Because all she ever shouted was, somebody's gonna get hurt all day. Nothing else. Or are we? Somebody's really gonna get hurt. Yes. You, if I don't get to change zones in this fucking pool soon, you are going to get fucking hurted.
You're gonna get drowned.
It's like even thinking, I'm thinking folk like the pools and all, and you just think, oh, the lifeguards, they used to love it. I used to be sitting across with a guy, Richie, right, who is apparently now a fireman. They're letting him loose on fires. You know, he's done really well for himself, right? And he used to be go like that. I'd just get my fake tan done, and I knew it would go green if I had to jump in for somebody. And Saturday in the pool that I worked in was Paisley, right? A lot of people you needed to jump in for, right? This was just the way it was, right? Sometimes you could get changed, and it was in my zone, right? And I'm going back to Richie, please see if it's my zone today. Can you just go in? I've got my new underwear, and he's like, too much information, Lemon. And I'm like, listen, he used to call me a lemon, see, because I was fat and my tops were yellow. He used to go, all right, Lemon, because I had this stuff. But I got on brilliant with him, you know what I mean? Ryan was another issue. But anyway, so we would be doing that, and he'd be going, this person's going, help! And he's going, okay, as much as I'll go in if you're getting as a tenner. You know what I'm thinking? If people really knew this, and I'm like, right, you know what I mean? I'll be in for the wee guy, and he's like, having to pay somebody a tenner so you can stay dry and get your fake tan developed. Yeah. That's a hard job. Exactly. You know what I mean? It's very much that.
Look at the time.
Wow. I thought we still had 10 minutes. That's what I'm saying about a manic day. So sorry, guys, if I've bored you for the last 10 minutes. And Kane will be sitting there going, I've got another show, D. I've got another show, D. Oh, my God, get off, D. But anyway, stay cool, stay together, stay happy, stay in touch, talk to your friends. And I think the night me and Cerys just gave you a wee insight that we're normal and we have the same challenges. Anything you would like to say?
No, keep on keeping on. We'll get there in the end.
Exactly. But anyway, 10 minutes over. I'm really sorry. If that would have been staged, I would never have been asked back. Anyway, lots of love. See you later. Bye.
Yeah.